So I'm here with Battle Cry. Battle Cry Man-to-Man Combat in the Pacific Theater. Part of the Combat Battle Cry Iron Cross family of games. For what it's worth, no matter how many adjustments I'm going to have to make, especially early on, I think I am going to just go ahead and try to play with the Iron Cross rules again, under the assumption that the Iron Cross rules represent a more refined, more developed version of the rules. Battlecry rule set anyways looks like it has, again, this is early analysis, but it does look like it has gaps and ambiguities, so I really don't feel like fighting through them. If I had started with Battlecry and I didn't have the other two games yet and hadn't even tried them, maybe I would go for that. Maybe I would work through the issues of the Battlecry rules. But if I've already done that for the Iron Cross rules, and now I think the Iron Cross rules are actually fairly good. The Iron Cross rules still have a few problems, but actually it's, all things considered, for the length of the rules and the detailed nature of the rules, they're actually fairly good. So I'm going to try to go with the Iron Cross rules. Now here's the problem though. I cannot pack away the Battlecry rules and player aid card and, well, I guess it's rules and player aid card. I can't do that because there are peculiarities. There are named peculiarities for the Pacific Theater. For example, there's jungle, obviously. There's jungle, there's a seawall that isn't in the other two games. They also handle machine guns different here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Oh no, wait, I made my mind up. Machine guns are handled differently in Battlecry, and I did think, and again I thought, are they handled differently because they're implying machine guns were employed fundamentally differently in the Pacific than in European theater? Finally I decided no. I mean, I'm actually, even if that is true, even if that is the case with the design, I think I like the 3 machine gun modes and all the detail that comes with that from Iron Cross, and so I'm just going to go with that. I am implying the machine guns are handled, not only are they handled fundamentally differently in Battlecry, they're actually a little easier. It's less detail, less involved, but I'm going to keep the more involved approach from Iron Cross. Okay, but you do have Banzai charges, and you do have Japanese infiltration. I should say IJA infiltration. It's not Japanese, but it's IJA infiltration, etc., etc. So you do have the peculiarities, so I have to go over them. So I think this video I'm going to take a look at the peculiarities, kind of lay out at least the main ones before I get started with this scenario. As anxious as I am to get started here, I think I'm going to do that. So first we have the seawall. You can see the seawall. It's this brown hash mark here. It goes along here, it comes up here, and it goes around there. Basically the seawall hash marks there separate your normal clear terrain from this lighter, I assume this is beach terrain down here. I'm trying to remember if beach is actually, I mean, you would think that that's actually a terrain that's represented. Okay, in Battlecry, you have clear, rough, river, ford, 1-hex building, multi-hex building, that's the same as Iron Cross, woods, jungle, which is really interesting because under jungle you have a separate US line with all of its movement costs and combat and observation modifiers. Then you have an IJA line with separate values. That's really interesting. Then you have cultivated fields, you have shell craters. These are shell craters, by the way. These are shell craters. They are a -1/2 elevation, which is interesting. I don't remember dealing with any negative observation levels. But actually, I mean, I think they have them in Iron Cross, because I think gullies, actually it's right in front of me, I should just take a look. Gullies. That's funny, gullies are still considered a 0, never mind. In Iron Cross, gullies are still considered 0 elevation, so they're still considered Yeah, at even. So you don't handle them as -1/2. Okay. Well, in Battle Cry, we are going to handle them as -1/2 elevation. Then we have Trails Crest. I don't think we have any. No, I take that back. These are crests right here, I think. Those must be crests. I don't know what else there. Whoops. This needs to be faced towards the hex side. Level 1 hill. That's obviously level 1 hill. Steep slope up. Level 2 hill. I don't think we have any level 2 hills in this. No, we don't have any in this scenario. Steep slope down. Level 3 hills. Not on this map either. We only have level 1 hills. This one, and a couple more off the screen that way. So that's what you have. Oh, I'm looking at a difference. There are two differences I've already noticed right away in Battle Cry that looks like they were not carried forward to Iron Cross, and this is a bit of this is a little bit of a issue for me because I like them. So in Battle Cry, but not Iron Cross, you add one. You add one to the observation die roll if the observing unit is in a down state. That makes a lot of sense to me. If an observing unit is taking advantage of cover, it should not be observing as effectively as a soldier or unit that's taking no advantage of cover. The other thing, which I found tucked away in the Battle Cry rules, and I double checked, and it does not seem again like it was carried forward to Iron Cross, and this is also really important, is that when you're doing combat, you're adding another. So both rules, Battle Cry and Iron Cross, you add a die if the target is in a down state. Well, that makes sense. The target is taking advantage of cover. But only in Battle Cry do you also add a die if the fire is in a down state. Again, if a unit is taking advantage of cover, it should be less ready to fire or attack. Consequently, it should be less lethal, only because it is attacking less. But I like both of those. Like those a lot, and I would like to bring those forward to Iron Cross. So I'm going to try to remember that. I'm actually going to pencil those in to my Iron Cross rules. I like those. Not sure why they were cut. Don't know. Kind of wish I knew why. But anyways, back to what's peculiar to Battle Cry. I talked about the seawall shell craters. Again, the shell craters here and here, here. This, like this stack. This is a Japanese rifleman, and rifleman. So 3 riflemen, Japanese IJA riflemen, are in this shell crater here. So my question is, what is peculiar about the shell craters? This is an artificial terrain feature. It was created by enormous amounts of artillery and bombs expended on the coral atolls. For units in these craters, they act as an IP1 position. So this is automatically, in effect, an IP1, an improved position 1, which basically means the attacker is adding a die when he attacks, which is a defensive bonus. That's it for that. Shell craters. Let's see what the 2 dice for combat and 8 for observation. Okay. Then we have, I'm actually not going to look right now at the IJA peculiar rules, but I do want to look at bunkers, because bunkers are right here, and they're really interesting. So bunkers are an IP4 position. These things are going to be tough. These are going to be really tough to break. I'm going to carry this through to the next video, but boy, IP4 positions. They're set up aligned with 3, so obviously there are 3 hex sides. You have the little diagram on the counter themselves indicating the front 3 hexes. Upon using weapons for the first time, the bunker is inverted, turned over to show the weapon that's inside. So you flip it over, and this is a medium machine gun. It's right there. It tells you on the counter. That's after the first time it fires, so that should be a bit of a surprise to the target or the defender. A bunker may be occupied by a maximum of 6 infantry or support weapons. Now this is where it gets a little confusing for me. The support weapon, I'll carry this through to the next video.